Hi and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I welcome you all. I hope you can all hear me. My OBS software was giving me a bit of an issue. I have been all ready to go, so I'm excited about it. We are here, 717, yes, and I welcome you all for our spiritual vision reading, expanding our perceptions. So I've been meditating on the kind of live streams or the videos that I like to bring forth, and this was something that was coming quite strongly for me. This being the month of July. July is the energy of 7. And the energy of 7 is that of spiritual awakening, spiritual understanding, deeper intuition, mysticism, and our connection to our inner self, right? Our divine life purpose. So with that, today the intention for this reading is to, when we talk about a spiritual vision, what we're seeing is that, it's akin to you're climbing a mountain. So when you're at the bottom of the mountain, good morning, dears. When you're at the bottom of the mountain, your vantage point of what you can see around is limited to a certain degree, correct? And as you start ascending the mountain and you reach the apex, you reach the top, you can get a full, like, wow, I'm right here, and I can get a bigger picture view. So think of the third eye, which is what we're talking about here, the sixth chakra, spiritual vision, right here. The vision is to be able to see things in everything in the world exists in duality. Okay, everything is in here on third dimension is duality, which is light, dark, masculine, feminine. So one, you experience one because you know the other. Okay, otherwise everything in our realm is all relative. Okay, and actually 717, I actually did a video. I have recorded it recently. I mean, I've been really recording for the channels. They'll get edited over the week and I'll start to post them up. I did actually a video on 717 and I talk a lot more about it in there. So coming back to our reading here. So given that that we are looking at things from a higher perspective, when things are moving through a dual, right? Everything's dual. So maybe our perception needs a little bit more expansion to see things from a higher perspective, to see things, to get a fuller picture. Let's put it this way. So it's like the CEO. I always like to akin the sixth chakra, the brow chakra, as the CEO, the top boss, strategist, okay? Someone who is going to be able to get the vision for the company and how and the direction we're going. So if you are not seeing things as a complete picture, and I'm definitely giving that example, is that, okay, I've only focused on the marketing, I only focused on the products here, I don't know what the IT is, then that's not a complete picture. You get a picture of every aspect of the business. Right? So that's our sixth chakra. Now, the intention for the reading today is I'm looking at the elements, and I have this deck from which I pulled that out. The earth element in the north, and then we have the element of air in the east, and then we have the element of water in the west, and then we have the element of fire in the south. And what I'm doing with the elements is we have all these elements in ourselves, right? Everything is made of the different elements. Now, what does the earth element or the fire element or the water element or the air element? They have certain qualities. They have certain vibrations. They have, certain qualities. Now, what is that element trying to help you to see and discover, which will help you to get a bit of a broader picture? That makes sense? That's what this reading is all about. What is it that these elements are trying to show you in a certain area of your life? Now, what area of your life? Now, that will be up for each one of you. You can have a look at relationships, love, finances, money, career, spiritual growth, in any aspect of your life. You can apply it as it feels right for you. There'll be messages coming in. So these are like guidance messages from each. So it's like the earth element telling all of us, this is what will help us. And this is, again, a snapshot in time. This is not permanent. This is not, that's why I don't like to do too many timelines, because there is really, you change your destiny. And I'm seeing lots of sixes on my screen. Wonderful. So 6th chakra. So let's start. I've already done the invocation. It's a bit of a setback with my OBS, but that's okay. All right, let's see. Ha! I like it. Devil at the bottom of the deck. All right. And I was actually listening to an astrologer that I follow. I mean, I can't remember her name, but she's pretty popular. And she was talking about this full moon that's coming up next week. And she talked about the Saturn Jupiter conjunct falling in the center of the goat's horn. That was something new I learned, okay, which immediately reminded me of the devil energy, which is all about fears. So first things first, that I'm already seeing that fears are going to be needing to be faced, right? I mean, and that's not a generic like Archana saying, oh, fears must be made. But it is the fears that create limitation or a certain belief structure that we base our life on. And that gives an experience of emotions, which leads to a manifestation in the physical form, correct? So let's start with, dear angels, what is the earth element? What is the advice coming from the earth element for us to grow in our spiritual vision now? And I'll take reversals. So the earth element is showing us, first things, what is the earth element about? The earth element, and I'm seeing, oh, thank you so very much. I appreciate the donation. I'm seeing 177 on my screen. So the earth element is about grounding. It's about stability. It's about strength. It's about foundation. It's about healing. It's about success. It's about death and rebirth. Okay? It's about nature. It's about patience and much more. But these are the key words that I wrote here for us to keep in mind. When the earth element is saying that this is the advice that it's giving to you, that this is how you can strengthen your grounding, your own inner strength, to feel more stable, to have a stronger foundation, right? A setting. Look at that. It's a downward triangle, right? So setting that energy down, okay, into the earth. And what is it that's something that needs to be ended? That's where the death comes in, so that there can be a regenerative effect that comes in. Death and rebirth lies with here, with the earth element. And the first message we got is the 8 of Swords in reverse. What this is speaking of is what the earth element is saying for you to feel more stable right now in your life. And you have that strength, and this will help you feel more grounded, is to release the feelings of entrapments, to release the feelings and actually release the thoughts. This is not feelings, this is the air element. There's some belief patterns that you are, I'm going to keep it upright so you can see. There are belief patterns that you're holding on to right now that are creating instability in your life. Now, this is for each one of us to do self-inquiry, to see, to reflect. And this is the 6th chakra is also about reflection, to be able to see how the life journey is going. There's something in your life, in some aspect of your life, where there is a certain belief pattern that is creating suffering. Pain, you can't avoid. It's there. All right. Now, it's like, I don't know if you guys can see my candle here. I'm not trying to not burn my hand. So I can see that if I put my hand near the flame, it's going to get burnt a little bit. If I continue to stick my hand in there and let this burn, I am increasing the suffering, right? I'm increasing the suffering. So what I'm trying to highlight with this is there are certain thinking patterns where you believed that you are either perhaps not worthy, you are not lovable, or you don't have the skills, you don't have the drive, you don't have the know-how. I don't know if I'm good enough, because that's what was conditioned to you, either through growing up in your environment, in your family, in your schooling, in your extended family, or where you work, right? So it creates a fissure. It creates like a strong program in the mind, and this program is obsolete. Don't we all get new stuff, right? Okay, I'm upgrading my software every single time. My Apple software is like, all right, it is time for an upgrade. It is time to release that thinking which is trapping you and creating suffering. But you have to be ready for that. Okay, you have to be ready for it. So the earth element saying, for you to create stability in your life, there are two areas. One is the fire, and both of these have come reversed, and I'll just show you in upright. The king. Let's start with the King of Wands. Okay, the Wands energy is a spiritual fire. It's the strength, it's the light, it's the courage, it's the resilience, it's the drive, it's the passion. Perhaps you're feeling like you can't express your passions, you can't express yourself freely, or you don't have the courage where you feel like you can stand up and speak and share your vision with either your family or at your workplace, right? So that you're feeling a bit powerless. What I'm sensing over here is you're feeling powerless. And the earth element is asking of us to have a greater vision, to see that we always have a choice in how we react in a situation, okay? So a challenge comes our way, okay? A challenge comes our way. When a challenge comes our way, how are we reacting to it? Okay, are we getting all flustered? Are we getting all anxious and feeling like, will I be able to do anything? I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can. So, or you maintain your center, you maintain the calm, and I'm seeing the Hanged Man energy at the bottom of the deck with happiness at the bottom. So there's something where you're feeling very unfulfilled. The Cups energy is showing up, and you're going through a transition either in love or something that you love to do at work, something with emotional satisfaction. Okay, and again, I'm seeing the Hierophant at the bottom. So for sure, there's some sort of a water. Let's see what the water will say, because I'm seeing a water energy show up here. So both of these coming as reverse is showing to me that you're feeling a bit powerless. And this is where the earth element is saying, and I'll come into the fire and then I'll link it all together. So you do have the power. You do have the power to succeed. It is in recreating on what belief patterns and what belief systems you want to hold on to, which are right for you. So start thinking in terms of success and saying, okay, you know what? I can't expect someone else to keep them out shut. And well, I'm just talking, let's see, conflict, more of the fire element. You're definitely going through a period of conflict, either inner conflict or conflict outside is showing up in your life. I wouldn't be surprised with the whole Mars energy. So you can't control that, but you definitely can control how. It may be very hard, and it just makes you angry, but the key here is to see that you have the power within you on how you can react to a situation, right? So let's stop. Let's keep going. Air. Now let's move into what does the air element have, okay? And look at that. This is in the east. The air element is our mind. When we feel clear, knowledge, when you've gained a lot of knowledge turning into wisdom, logic, okay, your abstract thinking, your thoughts and ideas and the vision. Actually, I'm not talking about the spiritual vision. I'm talking about, you get lots of ideas. That's the air element. The air element is also higher consciousness and a lot of psychic work and intelligence. So what is the intelligence, the wisdom, the knowledge, the mind, the thought? Asking. That will help us to expand our third eye at this moment. I'm sorry. I love it when I just talk about a card and that just has to show up. No, angels, I'm not laughing at that. I love the synchronicities. Okay, another fire. Things happening with the fire element. All right, let's have a look. And we see death card at the bottom. Something has to end. Okay. What had to end? There's an ending that is taking place. There's an end that is on hand. And it's an end of a cycle. So always don't think of an ending as a bad thing. Ending is a transformation. You know, one season moves into another. That's a transformation. So the air element has shown up 2 fire cards. Okay, 2 fire cards. And the first one, and they both have come upright. Meaning, and this is exactly what I was talking about with the earth element. This is a lot of conflict. We got the 5 of Wands. We got the conflict here. So the air element is saying that you can turn, look at what's creating the conflict, okay? Start to mull on it, start to think about it, and start to see what is creating a conflict in your life. Let's start with, I'll give you 2 examples. Let's start with the conflict that you're having with external. It's so easy to see that before we can say, yeah, I'm feeling like kind of conflicted within. Some people, it's easier to see within. For some others, it's outside. Hi, dears. Welcome. So this conflict that I'm seeing, let's start with the conflict outside of you, okay? Which becomes pretty apparent, like that person said this, they did this, and then there is this conflict here. Conflict is because there are 2 differing viewpoints. Okay, thank you, my dears. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donations. What I'm seeing over here is that you always have a choice to look at what is creating conflict, because there are 2 people, 2 different opinions. Of course, there'll be 2 different opinions. We are human beings. Each one should have different opinions, right? I mean, that's for sure a given, right? Each one of us is a unique individual. So what happens is non-acceptance. So the air element is showing us is that you have the higher consciousness. You have the intelligence to see things from a different perspective that you had not seen before. Hear them out. It may be completely contrast to what you like, your way of being, and you don't like that. But to create stability, we're trying to create stability and see things from a higher perspective so you can grow in consciousness, right? We are expanding in consciousness is what I'm trying to say. So conflict, what is creating that conflict? Okay, it's your reactions to it. So use the power of the air element that you have the intelligence, you have the knowledge, and you have a strong mind. Where do you want to align? How do you respond? And also know that there is power of word. What I'm putting out right now, exactly. There is an energy behind it, and not just the words that you hear. There's an energy behind where a transmission is taking place, right? So the air element reminds us the power of thought. So choose wisely, and look at all the 3 cards that have shown up. Choose wisely, and you get the 2 of Wands. Choose you. Choose peace. Choose love. Choose kindness. If you cannot choose forgiveness for another, if you cannot say something nice, even though they're being mean, you can definitely draw the boundary. Air element does not say don't learn how to draw boundaries. That becomes an issue with the water. We'll come to the water, right? Water just flows everywhere, and it's emotions. But the air element is take charge of the mind. Things start from a mental body, right? Our thoughts, look at the millions of thoughts that are going around in our head, right? As I'm speaking, there'll be, and I'm just going to say that, right? All of you are writing like, okay, this is taking place in my life, or that's taking place in my life. Thoughts. And with the thoughts, and I can make you feel so good. And all that will create like this, maybe a charge in your body. You'll feel the spiritual fire. Oh, you'll feel like really good. Do you see how thoughts are connected to our emotions, and it creates a relative experience outside? So you have a choice to end a cycle in your life. You have a choice, and look at that. Seriously, I love it. I love you, angels. Look at all the cards at the bottom of the deck. The Lover's card, which is heartfelt choices, decisions, okay? You can change this karmic wheel. I feel like these are cycles that have been repeating in this life and past lives and parallel lives. So you've been working on this stuff that you are feeling right now before also. and you're here to master. King and queens are about mastery. So I'm here to tell you that right now, the spiritual fire of other people, they want to be heard. I hear, so feeling that revolutionary energy with the whole Aquarius things going on in the world, you're feeling that it's a sense of, I need to be heard and people need to listen to me, right? That kind of a feeling. So people tend to be, I don't care about anybody else. I need to be heard because people have not heard me for a while. But that can be also done with the gentleness of the spirit. It doesn't have to come from a place of destruction. This is destructive energy. And now we go into the self. You are creating an imbalance within your own body, within your own self, by allowing this external conflict to take over, and it creates conflict within you. Right? You don't feel good when people fight with you, or they're yelling and they're screaming and all of that. So if you've been filling water cups for almost 3 years now, wow, okay, we'll see what the water element shows up. Thank you. So this is a big message that it is time. You can transform the situation. And the transformation, the key to transformation lies in where and how you are applying your intelligence. You're intelligent. You are intelligento. So go ahead and use the power of your mind. Use the power of your logic. Use the power of your intelligence to apply towards things that are more aligned with you. So we'll go deeper. Now let's go into the next one. Let's go into the element of water. What am I breaking into? All right. Thinking, clear thinking with emotions. Cups. Let's see what's coming up. So what does the water element have, angels? It's all about sensing, okay? Oh, am I doing water first? Okay, I'll do water first since I started. Water is about emotions, the depth of feelings, the intuition, flexibility, right? Where the earth element can be very, very fixed because it is set. It's matter. I can't change this rose quartz flower into water. Maybe as a magician I can in another dimension, but this is already solidified. Air element, we can create flexibility in the air, in our thoughts, how I can shift my thoughts, and that will create a shift in the emotions, okay? So water is about being flexible, being fluid, not being so rigid. It's about love. It's about psychic abilities. It's about the unconscious. So the element or the aspect of forgiveness will fall under the water element. Love, compassion, receptivity. Beautiful. Water element creates so much beauty in our life. And if we have the right mindset, we can create so much love, happiness, joy in our life. So what does the water element have for us? What is it that we need to sense and see more of? Sorry. Again, I'm not laughing. I just love the way the cards show up. Dear goodness me. Okay, thank you. Another message. The water element. What is it that we need to bring more light? In what area do we need to bring more light in the water element? Thank you, angels. I did a small group session yesterday. I did this reading that was like a paid one. It was a very small group, and we had pulled out the devil energy with the Knight of Pentacles. So let's delve into it. I was wondering if it would show up, and it did. We got the Ten of Swords and we got the Devil. Major Arcana. Okay, let me show you this. Okay. So the water element, the element of love, the element of being flexible and bringing forgiveness in and compassion in. I want to make sure you can hear me. Keep the mic close. Is saying that there have been situations that have panned out in your life that really you feel defeated. Like, look at with the Eight of Swords here, the Ten of Swords here, the conflict here. So what I'm seeing already is the air element has created a lot of havoc in your life. Okay, so I'm seeing like the lower vibration of the air element, right? Okay, so if I'll blow air on this fire, either it'll extinguish the fire where you don't feel passionate about things in life, or you don't have that drive, and the inner flame goes out, or the air element fans the flames, and it can glow, or it can create a brush fire, right? So what I'm seeing over here, that this has been a long cycle in your life, and you really feel like, I don't think I can take this anymore. I don't think I can do this anymore. This has been going on, and I'm seeing 737 on my screen right now. Actually, it's the time. And the water element says is that whatever disturbances have been caused, whatever hurts, the pains that have taken place, the losses, feel those emotions and don't be chained to them. I want you to look at the Devil card. That's the Lovers. There's the nakedness is referring to your vulnerabilities. So you feel trapped. You feel like you're chained to something. And what you're chained to is the past. You're chained to a certain aspect. I'm seeing a lot of this dark, which is not darkness, but to me this feels more like the unconscious. It was a learning, going through a period of mastery. And even though you feel like defeated, even though you feel like you don't know if the sun will ever shine, you don't know if you have the strength, and no wonder now I can see why the King of Wands is in reverse. You don't know if you have the strength to carry on. But that is this devil energy, which is not a negative energy. It simply is an energy that the light and the dark, like I said, work together. Okay, you can't see the light if it's already lit up. The light is seen when the darkest moments are there. So I'm also here to tell you that the darkest part of whatever the situation is that is going on in your life, it's a situation that has created a lot of disturbance, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of emotional turmoil in your life. Is keeping you in a state of lock, but not in a state of a positive lock. It's keeping you in a state of not feeling inspired in life, feeling like life is a challenge, feeling like life is so difficult, life is a struggle. Why does these things happen to me all the time? I don't have the will, the strength to even take another step. I'm done. I really don't want to do anything. But the water element is saying, bring love into this situation. Bring love into the situation. And you may be reacting very strongly to the lunar energies, which is, gets heightened. The things that have not been healed are coming up to surface. So the water element is saying, if these hurts and pains are coming, visit them. If you feel painful, there are wounds here, and I'm seeing deep wounds here. You have the strength. You have the strength. Make these choices. And the message here is the the Knight of Pentacles, which is take a small step. You don't have to pull out. That's why the Ten of Swords has also come in yesterday's reading, and I just kind of laughed about it, but I don't feel like laughing right now. I'm picking a lot of pain energy, and it is like I gave the example of it like you get a surgery and then there's stitches, and if let's say somebody's pulling out one stitch at a time, and you can feel the pain of every time the stitch comes out. So it's like yes, when you'll pull the sword out, there'll be that initial knee-jerk reaction, like, whoa, I felt the pain. So what I'm trying to say here is take a small step to release a part of the pain, because you are nearly there. And you can end the cycle. I had seen the Wheel of Fortune here. And what I'm seeing over here also is the positive aspect of the air element, which is the King of Swords, which is creating stability in your mind, choosing the right thoughts, choosing the thoughts that are aligned with love, choosing the thoughts that are aligned with reflection, self-healing, compassion, choosing the thoughts that align with power, strength, will, energy, enthusiasm, courage. All these are, yes, you need the fire, but you align your thought. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. And I won't allow other people's words to come into my aura and affect me, because it happens with all of us. I do it all the time, right? So it is time for that part to heal. I do feel that what needs to be released and where you're going to grow a lot more in the sixth chakra. The water element is very important for the sixth chakra, because the sixth chakra is all about flexibility, is to see a expanded perception. So it's not an air element, it's not a yang energy. This is a very feminine energy, not female. It's a very feminine energy. So sensing and feeling, okay, sensing and feeling. Okay, that's the key. So it's given the polarity of feminine, where the yang, which is in our solar plexus, our solar plexus, the willpower is a yang. Okay, you're gonna go take action. That's not the sensing part of it. That's the taking action, can do, go getter. Right? Is the solar plexus, and this is given the sensing. Thank you. Let's have a look at now what is the fire. Okay, what's your inner fire? What is the advice from fire for people to grow in consciousness, expand their awareness in the situation? What is it that they can do or they need to focus on? Fire, like I said, is will, healing, courage. It can also create destruction, sexuality, your heat, flame. It deals with the physical exercise. It's the energy of Mars. Again, a very, very yang. Okay, like they say. Venus is associated with the feminine energy, and Mars is associated with, you need the Mars energy. You need the go-getter. You need that ignition. If you don't have the ignition, you can't move. You can have the greatest ideas, and they would just be in the dump unless you take action. So action is very important. So you do need the Mars energy. You do need that can-do. You do need that passion. You do need to be able to experience your own sexuality and be good with that and not feel ashamed about it. However, everything must be in a balance. And that's what we talk about. Fire element. What do you have for us? Major Arcana is coming out. One more. I'll take one more. Thank you. I got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and we got the Knight of Cups with the Hanged Man. So your desires in life, okay? So it is time, and again, to move forward for your desires in life is not through the area of destruction, like I must have it and I will do it very willfully, but it's more towards a gentler approach. We got the Knight of Cups, which is moving with love, gentleness. Whatever your approach is, whether it's through that conflict, it is through a releasing of this pain, releasing of this energy where you feel kind of stuck in, okay, the stuck energy, is to move forward with love. And you regain that strength and stability back again. Just because you lost one of the battles doesn't mean you've lost the war. Okay. Oh, thank you so very much. Good morning. Oh, you missed the Zoom session, but I'm glad you're here. Messages are coming forth for whoever is tuning in. Thank you, love. I missed you too yesterday. Coming back up is the bringing love into the situation for yourself. So this is the time where the fire element is saying that in your life, take this bit of a transitionary approach. Yeah. Allow for this transition. Don't jump. Don't jump around. That let the people around you do whatever they're doing. You just stay chill. And when you stay chill, a lot of things will open up, and that's where the center part of the reading will come in, where the spirit, we're going to go in there right now. But the key message here from the fire element to control that part of the fire is firstly to reflect back on where you've given your power away, and slowly taking steps towards healing your emotions. And as you heal these emotions and release these fears, you will gain your power and strength back. And the fire element reminds you that you do have the energy, you do have the will, you do have the strength, you do have the power, even though it may feel like this 10 of swords with the devil energy here, even though it may feel, right, because we're talking about the water element, it may feel like you don't. But here, the fire element is saying, yes, I respect the water element, that even though it feels like that, and let's start with gentle steps forward with love. Take a break, look at how in the past you have taken charge, how in the past you have overcome obstacles, how in the past you have found the courage and the will, because I know for sure you have, right? So this is what this energy is reminding us of. Now, I'm going to move all of this to the back, and let's continue, and let's look at what's my question. Now we're going to come into the center spread. What is going to help you to trust your intuition? Okay, what's going to help the people trust their intuition more? Which is opening to our sensing, which is opening to our 6th chakra. Intuition. What will help people trust the intuition? Thank you. Strength, okay? And I did say you do have the strength. So I do feel like building your fire element within is going to help you to this is like taming of the fears. The taming of the fears that the devil energy is going to bring up, okay? Devil energy is going to bring up the fears. And the fears affects our spiritual fire. See, over here in the strength card, they're showing like the lion, and with this beautiful spirit. It's not because it's feminine energy. It's not a female. Yes, they're showing a female, but what it truly is the feminine energy with the infinity symbol, right? Right above on this. So what this is speaking of is that tame your fears through your divine connection. Go into the Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra. Allow for that divine light to come in, and take some time to meditate, because there's going to be illumination that takes place. Oh, that's another message. Illumination takes place, which is a spiritual fire, right? It is the energy of self-knowledge. It is the energy of, it is energy. It is healing. So when you take this timeout period, I do feel that I feel like meditation's going to help you. I really do feel like meditation's going to show you, and you're going to deepen that strength. And yes, look, what I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands. You are going to be successful. Eventually, you will rise out of it. And I don't mean eventually like in 100 years from now. And I mean it's soon. I feel like it's soon as you start to take, we've seen the key message is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. That's the message that I'm going to keep out and repeat again and again. Those who are joining in late, is slow and steady. Whatever you're doing, just take small steps. So everything gets aligned. Your water element, your air element, your sensing, and you regain your strength when you strengthen these aspects within you. Oh, this one wants to fall out. Okay. So where you are feeling abandoned, where you are feeling like there's no support, you have a strong spiritual connection. You have a strong connection to the divine. We all do. So I'm not just blowing something out of, like, just for speaking. You do, for those who are connecting here. Okay, and I'm seeing 2, 5, and 1, 3 on my screen. So the Spirit is going to transform your situation. So trust and look at, why do I feel abandoned? What is it that I need to do? And where is it that I need to bring love into? A situation within myself, or offer someone kindness, offer someone compassion, offer someone love. Okay? So this is what it's asking of you. Offer love to the past situation. This is the wounding of the past. But you have that strength. So you can strengthen your will to connect back to, you have built those 5 pentacles. Okay? So it's not sensing like a loss and regret and I'm out in the cold. It's perceptive. It's perception. Okay? I finished my tea. Otherwise I would have shown you, right? So I was looking at the tea. Well, I still have some. Perception could have been, I'm done with it. Right, so you can heighten your intuition with that. Let's see from the Ascended Master deck, how can the people trust their intuition? You'll trust the intuition more as you meditate, as you continue to strengthen your will with the divine. Okay, that comes with meditation, that comes with prayer, that comes with singing hymns, whatever works for you. Okay, and King Solomon wants to show up, prioritize, and I'm seeing a golden Merkaba. Okay, I'm seeing a golden Merkaba above your head. And again, this person is crowned. So how you can trust your intuition is start to prioritize things in life, okay? Start to prioritize, and I feel like the priority is you. That's what I'm sensing right now. Prioritize where you are number 1. And this is not feeling like, oh, I'm number 1, so every person else be behind me. No. I'm sensing that you really need to regain that fire element. You really need to regain that strength. The inner strength to continue is kind of dwindling, and you're feeling trapped and stuck. Start thinking like a CEO. I definitely have to post that 717 video and make sure you watch it. I mean, I'm not like forcing you to watch it because these words are coming back again. And that is, you're the CEO of your life. You're the king. You're the queen of your life. Okay. As a king and a queen, I mentioned that in the video too, is no person has reached that place of being a CEO or a king or queen without having to gone through the ringer, without having to gone through something called seeming failures or obstructions, or where they feel defeated and they try again. So this is the part that you have the strength, you have the resilience, you have the connection. So prioritization somehow is going to help you. Okay, that's the key to your freedom. Do I pull from a chakra deck? Yes. All right, and let's get a chakra message on how you can build your intuition, how you can trust your intuition, actually. How can the people trust their intuition more? This is a challenge. Okay, thank you. Oh, was I not saying compassion? Was I not saying bringing love into a situation? So heart chakra, empathy, acceptance. Look at this. Look at this beautiful. Do you see the opening of the flower? Divine energy. And now I can see. Prioritize your time. For those who are not doing regular meditation, do some sort of guided meditation, inner reflection. As a part of your spiritual practice, I would highly, highly recommend that. I would highly recommend that. It's going to bring in a lot of peace. It's going to bring in a lot of clarity in your life. And you don't have to think about something or ask, quote unquote, God to, I'm not putting God in quote. Oh, sorry. What I meant was, you don't have to ask, like, what should I do in this? It will just come to you. And you'll know exactly the next step to take. That's what I'm feeling. So be empathetic, be gentle, accept what is and not want things to be a different way. This is the heart chakra. This is also the energy of gentleness and of giving. So that's why I said, right? Knight of Cups is gentleness and giving here, and this speaks of his giving. Giving to yourself and being compassionate to yourself is going to help you. This will heal your heart of the emotions from the water. Final question before we close out the reading is, what is the sign from the angels or the guides that you are kind of missing? they're giving you some signs, and perhaps it would be a good time to pay attention to them. It could be coming in ways of signs and symbols. You hear certain messages. You wake up with like a very vivid dream or an inner knowing, and yet you ignore it. And then, it happens to all of us. We go about our day, right? So, what is a sign from the angels, your guides, that people need to be paying attention to that's going to help them in expanding their spiritual vision now? What is the sign? Thank you. I love to be closing out readings on these messages. I love it. This is like going to make me cry. And my mascara would fall out. I needed that. Whew. You guys, I'm feeling so much of your energy here. Okay, let's come to this part. The Empress. It's showing here that life is showing you that you are beautiful. You are amazing. You have the stars behind you. Okay, and Mother Earth, this is the mother element, okay? I'm seeing 2-2. I love it. As soon as I said mother element and it shows me the Empress. So the Empress energy is very regenerative, very birthing, very rebirthing. So death and rebirth, but she is the rebirth. She brings back to life what we once thought was gone. So if you felt like this is not going to happen, the Empress energy is around you, within you, to show you that there is growth, there is happiness, and there is regeneration. So another message that's coming with this is connect in nature. That's really going to help you to ground this energy where you're feeling trapped and feeling a bit of powerless. So I like that. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here is the Six of Wands here, which is showing, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm looking at all of this. We got the Six of Wands, which is success at the bottom of the deck, and your heart's desires coming true. Nine of Cups, inner reflection, okay? Inner reflection, and walking this path is going to help you to bring your heart's desire to life here. It's going to be victory. You're going to be, I don't want to say famous, but it's like, wow, enough of sitting under, behind the scenes. This is like, okay, I'm here and I'm renewed. But this will only happen when you begin to see you, when you begin to love you, when you begin to bring love into situations, no matter what it is, no matter what it is. So nobody wants to say, oh, I love all this thing that has shown up in my life. Yes, it has shown up in your life to teach you something. Okay, so that's wonderful. The first message here. So let's see from the chakra deck on what is it that the angels are sending you a sign that you can focus on now. All right. We like that. Oh my God. Uncut version. Hello, dears. We are all universally connected at the bottom of the deck. I love that. Love and support. All right. So I'm going to show you what we got. And the signs are about, and I do feel this is about sacral healing. It's about your own sexuality. It's about perhaps woundings, about sexuality, revolving around that. And I'm also sensing perhaps there have been structures around you being able to express your sensuality and sexuality. There's been like a limitation somehow. It shows up in different ways for different people. But I do feel what the angels and guides are saying, that this is sacred. You're given a human body. And this is about openness. When you can love on your body, okay, and I'm not going into a sexual part of it, about it, but I'm simply saying you're accepting your body where it is, as it. This is the form, this is the physical form that is housing this beautiful spirit of yours. And So honor it. Don't try to keep changing it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Don't try to say this is bad, that's bad, this should be like this, and all the other things that my mind is already ready to say, but I'm not gonna say that here. We're gonna keep this PG. That when you look in the mirror, just say, "Mwah, I love you. Oh, how beautiful. I love you." Right? So bringing that love and gentleness, and also when you love and honor on yourself, share of your love. There are caring connections around you. Perhaps there's a desire to connect with. I did see a lots of cups, so perhaps it is showing up in love. But it's how you relate to sexuality, okay? To your physical body, to the physical form. So understand that because this is a physical body, right? These are all the physical elements. So how we relate to the physical body, to the house, to money, to other people, all relates with the earth element. Oh, so there's another message. Oh my God, I can't make this a long reading. I have to go someplace. It's already gone a long reading. So I'm already feeling like they're being trapped. Perhaps some of you now have felt trapped about expressing yourself. Okay, some of you, maybe you feel like your sexuality is not going to be approved or seen by the people, or what will people say? So there may be shame and guilt around that. But there is an energy of regeneration, rebirth, a love that's around you. And the angels are saying there's a reason why you feel a certain way. There's a reason why certain things in your life have panned out the way they have. For it is to be open, to be accepting of who we are. And once we accept ourselves, then it's not like I don't care about anybody else. It is like, it's just going to radiate without having it to be in words a certain way. Okay, so the card of this is our sacral healing. So I do feel there is healing of your sacral energies, which is trapped emotions, which is also not allowed for you to have a beautiful union, okay, a sacred union, physical union with another person to the way you had, the way I don't want to say the way you had hoped and wanted, but get the drift of what I'm trying to say here, because I'm feeling like emotional. I'm not feeling like the sexual energy coming from this card, but I'm feeling a lot of emotions, like trapped emotions about there's just that desire to feel free, okay? Someone you can express this freely with, okay? So perhaps you haven't had that and you feel kind of trapped, or there has been, for just some of you, I feel it could be like an excess in the sacral energies, which is, which can pan out like, not obsessions, but yes, and that's what the devil energy is. Oh, thank you. I didn't see this. Devil energy can also be, for some of you, it could be that the devil energy makes this the heightened part, okay? That everything is about sex. Everything is about a connection with the other, and lust, and addictions, drugs, or all of that, okay? So because we're trying to dim, or we're trying not to feel, right? So that energy center seems, because I haven't done your chakra reading individually, but I can already pick up that there is a very strong block in the sacral energies, okay? And sacred, the sacral energies are, sexual energy is a driving force, okay? And this person has very strong fire. This is the fire, this connects water and then to fire. And that what gives us the drive to create new ideas, to move forward, okay? Everything's not about dousing it in that level through excesses in eating, drinking, sex, gambling, etc. All that is dissipation of this creative energy. So this is the time to harness the creative energies, okay? I mean, I'm not gonna tell you, so everybody who knows me knows what energies are very high for me. So this is a natural state. I don't need caffeine to be like this. I just need more calming energies, okay? Because that's just I have more of the Mars energy. I have more of the Yang energy. So it's a lot of fire without me trying. So it's, my lesson for you I'm sharing with you is to, Pluto is like, for a female, having all that kind of energy is just, it can be destructive, okay? And it's created destructive patterns in my life. So for me, the mastery has been, it would be the Queen of Wands. Okay, for me, like this is what, instead of king, I'm looking at it as a Queen of Wands, where I harness it towards the good. Okay, that's why I said fire can be destructive. We can use the fire towards the positive. Okay, so if you're feeling a lot of that fire element, that's wonderful, because it's very creative energy, and you can put your projects, you can put your dreams to work, because you've got all that ignition, you've got all that fire to keep moving forward. That's towards creation. Okay, so it's creative force, but this has been through different religions and through different structures, traditional structures. This has been, it's not allowed to kind of bloom, and I feel like the blooming is to be a balance. Like you have the human experience and you've got the spiritual experience, and you're merging the two because the spirit is in the human body. Big message I'm just going on. All right, so final, which is my other deck. Okay, no, I want to get from the numerology deck first. Ooh, how many more minutes? A few more minutes. I gotta go. All right. Signs. Give me a sign. I see a sign. What's that song? It's playing in my head. Oh my God, I even hear that woman's voice in my head. Karmic completion. Okay, did I not say this? Mwah! I love you, angels. Card number 10, which also, by the way, in tarot, I just realized card number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. I love how these decks fall synchronistically. This is karmic completion. You guys are coming to a completion. All this thing I did tell you is a thing of the past. The universe is telling you. And look at this. I did not see this at the bottom of the deck. It says karmic completion. And what does it say here? Right? It's saying here in the spiritual soul. Please tell me you're seeing this. It says completion, and it is karmic completion. So there is a big cycle that you are completing. You are going to be victorious. I see that. That's beautiful. Let's take a message from our animal spirit guide that they are trying to bring forth for you that perhaps you're not seeing. The dragon. Oh, I love this. The supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. Okay? Inner wisdom. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Mastery is your mastery is your destiny. Did I not say you're here to master? Right? I said that. And I want you to just feel this energy. Eh? Supernatural powers. So the signs that are coming to you, maybe seeing some dragons, maybe I don't mean like, oh, I see a fire dragon outside. What I mean is you may be seeing and reading about dragons, or just drawn to the dragon element. You may be reading about it online. Just something happens and you see that here. So it's a sign. It's a sign. It's talking about that you're connecting to these realms, and they're reminding you that you are a wise sage, that you can shape shift, meaning you can shift out of this dimension. There is a karmic completion. So rise with dignity. Mastery is your destiny. You're here to master these, right? So devil energy is it's actually one of my favorites. It's like, without the devil energy, you're not going to know all your amazing gifts. You're not going to know where and what you're capable of. It just simply comes in as a block to show you, right? Dragonflies for me. Okay, there you go. And my DNA structure has one type of dragon, and I gave you a hint, fire dragon. Okay, that's natural for me. So my friends will say, Archana's kind of quiet. Is everything okay? I'm like, I'm trying to be in my meditative state. I can't always be the go. Okay, final 2 or 3 messages coming in from, let's see which one I want to take from. Let's take from the Ascended Master deck first. I created our reading and all of this last week. What came out? Spiritual law. Oh my God, where am I going? Here, Melchizedek. So the what they're saying, the Ascended Masters, what they're trying to say is the law of attraction is working really hard and super in your life. Okay, And what this is saying is, we won't repeat the reading, it's already gone long. It is what you're putting your mind and focus on is what you're manifesting. So manifest this regeneration, manifest strength, manifest love, manifest abundance, manifest care, manifest love, and focus on accepting things as is and putting your attention towards growth, putting your attention towards the positive is at work. So read up on the law of attraction. And I think some of you, I think it was in my session yesterday or sometime before, I don't know, but were asking me, I'm thinking now that I'm back on track in my life, I think so, I'm going to start with manifestation courses. I may do them. I haven't seen, I don't really expand so much on YouTube, but perhaps I'll offer them as a Patreon. Like I'll set up something where you guys can sign up and we'll go over through how you can manifest through the chakras, how you can bring in prosperity and abundance. I've seen a big shift. I've seen a big shift. Not saying I'm seeing millions of dollars in my bank account because I don't need that. However, I've seen such gorgeous positive shifts in my life. And the journey has felt like insane. But it was so worth it. Okay, I'm going to say that positively. How to manifest, Kira? I was just talking about, I don't have a video on how to manifest because I want to do these as live sessions because there's so much that I share. I talk so much. So I'm going to start to do that perhaps on Patreon or perhaps as Zoom sessions as I used to. Last year I did. Okay, no, let me not talk. Let me ask. Angels, what is the guidance that the people need to pay attention to? You're being helped. So know that you're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you even if you don't see the results. And did I not say talk about the good stuff? Look what's at the bottom of the deck. And it says here affirmations, morning affirmations. So saying positive affirmations in the morning is going to help you. So the last message, and then we close out the reading. Message from angels, teaching and learning. So keeping an open mind and learning new ideas. And I feel like some of you are going to be teaching. So you're going through these challenging periods because you're going to be helping others. That is part of your mission. So if you're feeling like Ace of Base, I like that. Ace of Base, I love them. There's a teaching and learning aspect here. So they're saying that if you're going through these difficulties, it's meant for it. And I will definitely link up the 717 once I edit it in the coming week with this video because I think it's very pertinent. So keep an open mind. New ideas are coming to you. All is well. Everything is happening exactly as it should. Okay? I love that. Did I get all my decks? Yes. So I just wanted to make sure that I got everything in that I was thinking I wanted to. So I do feel this is amazing. I'm going to hang up pretty soon. You're here on this beautiful journey. You are a bringer of light as you go through these dark aspects. Don't be afraid of the challenges that are coming or the conflicts that are coming or the emotions that create these disturbances. This is all part of the growth. So I think my final message for this reading is going to be, you are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. So rise with dignity. Mastery is your destiny. And you will teach others and show the way. Okay? So thank you, dear angels. Thank you for making me a channel today. I thank all of you for being here, for your beautiful, loving comments. And I tend to read them more with ease once the video is done. And I thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. I love you all and stay tuned. I think next week I'm feeling called to do, for those who feel the vibration of light workers and star seeds, I'm going to be doing a light worker star seeds reading to what is your purpose. And as I was doing this, I was getting my decks ready here in the morning, that was what was popping up. Like, what is your purpose? I mean, not what is your purpose. How are you going to be anchoring in more light onto Gaia, onto this new earth? new high vibrational earth. What is it that you must do as a light worker, as a star seed, or a twin flame? If you're here on that journey, there is a strong mission for you. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for joining and signing in. And I know for sure, besides the words, you would have felt the energy, and that will help you to create positive and uplifting shifts in your life. I send you love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.